Does tempo ever get better? I know tempo is a thing with the Filipinas, and I thought I could just ignore the tempo, but it's starting to really bother me. Maybe I'm getting too old for this, but it's harder and harder to just tune it out. My Filipina girlfriend and I decided to head out of town for the weekend. It's a long drive, and it would be nice if the person I'm driving communicated. Apparently, because she did not have enough rice the night before, it was tampo time. It seems I'm to blame for her not buying rice earlier in the week, and as a result did not have enough to her liking last night. It's been a very interesting drive, mostly singing to myself. Since the drive is long, I decided to stop at a beach to stretch my legs and get some air. She didn't respond when I suggested it, so I took the as a good sign. Tampa appears to be full swing. When we got to the beach, I parked the car and asked if she wanted to take a walk with me. She just shook her head. No answer, just a head shake and frown that generally means no. So I got out and walked away. The car locks automatically when the key fob is far enough away, so it must have locked. A few minutes later, the alarm is going off and all the people at the beach are looking at her. I turn off the alarm and lock the car again with the key fob from a distance away. I figured this was nothing big. No one seemed to care. I didn't know there was another level to tempo, but I saw it today. It seemed in her mind I purposely turned the alarm on in the car. According to her, I did this to firstly control her and keep her locked away in the car, and to embarrass her because she set off the car alarm. I always figured after a while she would grow out of tempo thing, but it's clearly just getting worse and worse. I can't tune this out anymore. How have you handled tempo with a Filipina? Does it ever get better? Do Filipinos grow out of it? How about you grow a pair of balls and be a man? Grow your testicles and walk away from this childish mentality. How about that? How about you pussy men stop acting and tolerating this way? I can't believe a grown person would come on here asking advice on how to handle their temper tantrum from their Filipino girlfriend. Here is what you need to do. Do not tolerate this behavior from the start. Immediately put an end to it. As soon as you see anything of this nature, let them know you are not having it. I would personally walk away from anyone with this kind of behavior. And if somehow, miraculously, she's too good for me to walk away from, and this is one of the only things that she does that's annoying, then I would sit her down and clearly explain to her exactly why it's unacceptable, how disrespectful it is to a man to behave that way, and how she needs to have the mature mentality to be able to communicate her feelings instead of behaving like a child. And if it happens, then that's it. That's the end. There's no need to keep anyone around that gives you this type of headache. Complete nonsense. Entity 21 says, get yourself an adult. There are many Filipinos who don't act like children. Life is too short to deal with that BS. Get one who is from a decent background, with parents who taught discipline and manners. Oh yes, that's one thing that's missing in the Philippines, manners. Another one says, it's one thing to not speak to someone because of some kind of egregious betrayal, but tampo because you didn't buy enough rice is crazy. About 4 or 5 months into my relationship, after experiencing tampo a couple of times, I just sat her down and said point blank, our relationship will never work if we don't communicate. Shutting down at every sign of trouble is not how adults behave. So, if we want to survive as a couple, then I will no longer accept being ignored every time we have a disagreement. If I've done something to you that upsets you, I welcome you to tell me so I can work to not do it again. It mostly worked. Yes, this is how people behave. This is how adults behave. This is why it's important to set boundaries in a relationship. This is why it's important to let someone know what upsets you. So number one, they can prevent it from happening again. And number two, you get it off your chest. How can someone go around all day pretending to be upset? Makes no sense to me. Purposely ignoring someone else. As a man, I don't want stress. I want peace. Therefore, I want to end whatever's causing her stress. Filipinos do not think logically. Yes to this. Tempo is playful and should lead to playful flirting, laughs, and jokes. I think it's a cute way to express small annoyances with each other. What the fuck? This person is stupid. No, Kane says. My girl tried that once with me. We were at a diving resort and apparently the diving teacher didn't answer one of her questions. Neither I nor he noticed. So after the diving lesson, she was just shutting off all my attempts to communicate with her, telling me, you know why I'm angry. I legit didn't know. I gave her some time to cool down while I was doing some work for like 4 or 5 hours. After that, she was still angry. Even after finishing dinner, I explained to her calmly that I won't play such stupid games. I've never shouted or threatened her, so I don't understand why she's closing off. Either she tells me what is wrong or we will break up right then and there. So she told me what's wrong. Apparently, it wasn't even such a thing, but in her mind, I should telepathically know what's up. I really didn't know what was wrong. After explaining to her that good relationships require communication and trust, and that I won't tolerate such behavior, she never tried it again. My girlfriend is very sweet and kind girl. I'm happy that she learned fast because I want to be able to talk to my partner. Sometimes it works. Simple communication. They were never told otherwise because in their culture this is normal. A Filipino person says, as a Filipino, tampo is actually ingrained in our culture. It is a widely practiced, but not everyone subscribes to it. It is simply a manipulation tactic. If your girl practices tampo, it is probably practiced by her family. Be prepared to suck it in with her and eventually her family. You need to consider this as it is in our culture to be family oriented, or find a new Filipina who doesn't practice that culture manipulation tactic. Tampo for lack of rice seems petty for others, but it's just practicing with tampo culture. This is someone trying to justify this nonsense. Tolerate this stupidity. Do not tolerate it. Outlandishness C says, local here, you guys pay too much attention to that word tampo. I've dated people from different ethnic backgrounds, and tampo is not unique to Filipinos. It's what immature people do. Gaslighting, guilt tripping, and silent treatment. I noticed that a lot of people in the Philippines think these tantrums are cute and that men are supposed to treat them like a baby during this phase. No, stop. No self-respecting man should ever play that game. You are just further embedding to their brain that this behavior is okay and they get reward for it. Like dealing with teenagers, don't ask locals if Tampa will get better. It doesn't. It's manipulative. I bet some of them will ask you to buy them stuff or take them somewhere. Tampo is a huge red flag. Getting pissed for someone making a mistake is okay, but when they start acting like a kid and shuts you down instead of communicating like a normal adult, then it's time to run. Heed my advice and save your time and money. Look for a mature woman to date. Set up boundaries. If you can't respect yourself, nobody will respect you. This is today's catfish. How do you go from this to this? The best comment from yesterday's video is from Pyramida. She's not yours. It's just your turn. The worst comment is from EB. Good channel, but you shouldn't hype Filipinas that much. Most men are not proud to have one, so a middle-class Filipina earning 1,000 a month isn't amazing to many of us unless she's genetically higher tier. Most are not. Hype Filipinas? You must be new to the channel. Thanks for watching. God bless.